Right guys, yet another early finish from work. So I'm going to crack on with this pond. So my idea for today is I'm going to crack on with the insulation part of the install of the pond, if that makes sense. So obviously I've got my 100 mil sheets. And what I've done is I've had a change of heart. So I was going to use a resin mix to stick these sheets to the wall before fiberglassing, but I've decided to go against that, and I'm going to do kind of the similar thing that I done to my pond because it actually worked out well. So what I'm going to do is I've got two different products to use to stick this insulating board on. Now the first one I've got is gap filling expanding foam. Now this stuff sticks like shizen. So, and also what it does is it's great to fill in slight voids in the floor. Now when I do the bottom, so I'm going to use this product, I got 4 tins of it. I'm going to use this product to do the base of i.e. the floor of the pond. Now the floor at the moment is just valleyed into the center line of the bottom drain. But what I'd like to do is when I cut these sheets to size to fit across, I'd like to make more of a rounded valley shape rather than a triangular kind of section through the middle. And I think it would be a lot nicer to fiberglass, and it would be a better looking pond. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this. I'm going to stick a load of this on the floor once I've cut the boards to shape, because instead of having two pieces come together and have basically a seam, what I want to do is I'm going to use the foam so the base of the pond is more like this instead of basically, you know, two pieces angled together, because I think that will be a lot neater finish at the bottom of the pond. And what this product will do is it will actually, when I put the sections together, it will fill in any kind of void. It will expand underneath this board and fill in any void. So I've got a solid section of foam contacting the base of the pond. So that's the idea for the base, and that's that product I'm going to use. Now on the other pond I did use that expanding foam to stick it against the walls as well. It cures and it sticks like anything. But what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to use good old-fashioned grip fill. So I've got 3, 6, 9, 12. I've got 12 tubes of this stuff, and I'm going to use this on all the sides. Okay, and if there's any little gaps in between anything, what I normally use is this. I put a little squirt of this, and then when it goes off, I trim it off, and it provides a nice little gap filling formula for any kind of gaps formed when you're putting these on. But I'll take my time, I'll cut this properly, and we'll go from there. So the first thing I'm going to do is give it a general clean, and I'm going to do the walls first, because when I do the floor, I do the floor and I want to get out and I want to leave it properly set, because that expanding foam stays soft for a good old time. I'm not sure what the curing time on this is, but it takes a little while for it to set hard, if you know what I mean. It stays quite soft and pliable for a number of hours. So that's the score. So I'll show you it when I'm doing it. Let me get my head around it first. So I'm going to plan the attack. Let's go. Right guys, it's absolutely bloody boiling in here, but here we go. So the plan is, this is the surface, the top level of the pond here. I've got my sheets, had a bit of a clean up in here now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the sheets against the floor, and then I've got myself a level. If I put the level on here, keep it nice and straight, score the sheets, cut the sheets, and then I'll bond them on. And then what I intend doing then is, once the sheets are on, and I've got the right level all the way across. So I've got the top of the pond all the way across. Obviously on this end here I can fold the fiberglass onto it, which will hold the fiberglass tight. But what I'll do on this bit is, once the sheets are on, I'll get my angle grinder out, and I've got a special cutting disc on it which will cut a 5mm hole, and I'll cut the 5mm hole all the way through the surface of this side, and I can tuck the fiberglass into it then with a brush, get it in there so it forms a lip for it to hold on to. Okay, so that's the plan. So let's have a little look now then. So this is the first one, guys. Looks nice and square there. Hold this up against the board. Nice and true there. Oh. Pull across a little bit. Okay. Just going to score it once, twice. Take this off, pull that off, get your board, snap it. Keep these bits, never know, might have to patch something up with it. So we'll keep these to one side, just in case we haven't got enough. But basically, that's what we've got. That will go there. As you can see, guys, it is. Let's move this down. Oh my God. Pull the muscle in my back, guys. Getting old. But as you can see, it's the same level as this. So boards will be here. This fiberglass will be tilted, flush across there. And then I'll make a score mark all the way through here, and the fiberglass will actually tuck into it. But to be honest, guys, once the water's in here, pushing everything against it, we're not going to have any problems. And obviously I'm going to seal across here as well. So should be all good. Fingers crossed. Right, guys, so I've done one wall across there. It's pretty simple to do. I got this. I put massive blobs on this. Try to get them on sort of equally. Doesn't make a difference, to be honest. Nice big blobs. And then from there, this one's been pre-measured for this corner. Nice and flush with the top. And what I do is I get this, and I give it pretty much that's it, guys. So I'm going to take my time now, go all the way around, make sure I'm at the right level. What I am using is this poor excuse of a laser level, and yeah, taking my time, making sure that I am perfect all the way around. Otherwise, when you get water here, obviously water's going to find the correct level all the way around your pond. So you don't want it to be too low one side and it's going to look gash then. And that means crap in army. So you don't want your grow on pond to look gash, you want it to look good. So I'm going to crack on now, do all the walls, and then I'm going to battle the floor. The floor might be a bit of a pain in the poop hole, but we're going to do it. Come on! All right, job's a good one. So I was lucky enough for my missus to drop me down a beer. We're on the San Miguel tonight. So lovely jubbly. I gotta say, guys, this this insulation has got like lots of little strands, I don't know, I guess from the manufacturing process, and it gets up your nose and I can't wait for a fucking shower. But anyway, don't judge me. I've got Crocs on. uh-oh, I've turned into Phil from Telford Coy again. But I do it for a different reason. I don't do it because it's logical to wear these. I do it for the women. Now, there's maybe only 1% of the women in the world that fancy a man with Crocs, but that 1% of women really fancies a man with Crocs. So, I'm not sure if my missus is one of them. We'll try later on. But anyway, so I've got all the walls on, guys. Right, they're all nice. I've taken my time, I've cut them all in lovely and jubbly. Now we're going to go for the floor. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them about 5mm wider than they should be. Then I'm going to lay down a big carpet of expanding foam, and then I will push them down, and that will give me the nice bow that I need, you know, to make it real nice and neat on the floor. Because at the moment we've got a harsh sort of like you know, join in the center. I don't really want that. I want the center section to sort of be as flat as the top of the drain. So that's the score. That's what we're going for, and I think that will make it look and perform very well. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from this side, because realistically what I'm going to do is when I'm laying them, I'm going to lay them and not stand on them again, not stand on them again for at least 24 hours. And even then, I don't really want to stand on it that much until the fiberglass in process, which I have everything I need to fiberglass now. I just need to do certain things like grind in a little bit of a lip here so I can tuck the fiberglass into the lip to give it a little bit of a hold. Bevel some of the corners and titivate a few little bits and bobs. But to be honest, guys, yeah, I'm quite happy with the progress. It doesn't take long at all. That grip fill does do the job, and bearing in mind, you know, this stuff doesn't need to stick like shit to the sides. It really doesn't. It needs to be held in place, a reasonable kind of grip. It doesn't have to be solid, but it needs to be held in place for the fiberglassing process. Once the fiberglassing process is done, that really gives it the rigidity and gives it the structural integrity it needs to just keep everything pinned. And then as soon as you put, you know, your gallonage, your water in, it's just going to push things to the side and hold it pretty much like a pond liner. If you think of a pond liner, you know, a pond liner would never stay like this. So again, don't worry about whatever product you use to stick your insulation on, whether it be paste formed sort of like resin. You can use a form of expanding foam to do it, which I done with my other pond, which worked really good. Actually worked better than this grip fill, to be honest. However, I fancied being a bit funky, so I got the grip fill, wanted to see what it was like, and it works okay. Do you know what I mean? I think genuinely, I think if I was doing it again, possibly not on this pond, but if I was doing a bigger pond, I think I'd use, yeah, I would. I'd use the expanding foam kind of stuff again, because that really, I don't know, it just seems to like bond instantly a lot better. This stuff takes a little bit of working in to bond to the drier bricks. It bonds very well to this. It takes a little while to meet in to the key of the block. But apart from that, it's going to be a good one. So let's go on with the floor, and I'll get back to you straight away. Ooh! So what I'm going to do now, guys, is in real time I am going to squirt some foam on the floor. We'll watch it expand and do its thing, and then we will place this pre-cut section of floor on there. Now I've marked roughly where the expansion, where the join will be. Let's put that down, let's put that down. Let's not forget to put these gloves on, because expanding foam, if you've never used it before, does not like to come off skin, and trust me, it sticks like a good one. Alright, so if you've got long hair, you want to be careful, because this stuff is terrible. Hold it upside down, give her a shake. Oh, remember that film Cocktail? Oh, Tom. Right, here we go. So I'm going to lay a good bed down, basically, especially thicker in the centre, because this is where I need a little bit of packing to help this form its nice radius. So here we go. So I'm certainly not going to be shy with that stuff, guys, because I want this to be a reasonably solid floor. So there's that down. Bear in mind I've hoovered this before I've even done this process. So let's get this down. So we'll put it into this corner, push it nice and neat. Push it down here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my level, I'm going to hold it across here and make sure it's reasonably straight across there, which it is. Slowly kneading and pushing it into the radius I require. So we're going across. Are you looking at my ass, sailor? Excuse me if you can see a little bit of pink there. Right, what I'm doing here, guys, is I'm just feeling the curve, making sure it's pretty much what I want. There we are, that is lovely. It's a lovely curve. Right guys, I don't know, you probably can't see that, but that is a lovely curve with a low spot right in the centre there. Okay. All the excess is spilling out on the corners, which is going to make a lovely, lovely, lovely seal on the rest of it. And guys, basically, that there is the first section done. So it's literally packed solid with foam. I've kneaded it into shape that I want. It's got a lovely curve on it, so all the fish poo, all the sediment will come to the centre, onto the centre line here. All right, so let me crack on with the rest and I'll show you when it's done. So guys, there we are. That is that all done. So like I'm saying, you can see some squirted up on the corners there and maybe some in the joints. So it's taken 4 1/4 boards all the way across there. I've cut them slightly larger, so it naturally wants to, the tension wants to drop as well anyway. So what we've got now, instead of a V, we've got a nice curve onto the bottom, which will be a lot better for debris. So once all of this foam goes off now, I get in there with a blade, 90 degree it, because once that's set and it's gone off for 24 hours, it's easy, it just cuts like butter. And then any other gaps, I'll just slice up. I've got to grind a little lip all the way through this, only about 5-10 mil in, nothing special, all right? And also for down there, I have to core drill a 50 mil hole or 60 mil hole, a bit bigger than I need it, and then I can pack it in. So I could have done that before, but to be honest, I can't find my bloody my hole saw. I don't know where the hell it is. I've got one, but I just can't find it. I got to sort out the shed. But anyway, guys, little update. Midweek, I got to go in now because it's time for my little boy's bedtime. So, daddy bath time.